people, hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Ebner Entertainment coming with another recap of the Bad Boys LA. Before I get started, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Y'all, this episode was so good. This was the episode we needed for weeks and weeks at a time. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. So yeah, it started off with the fight, that little ridiculous ass fight between Milan and Carrion, right? So Milan ended up looking like he did not beat the crap out of Carrion, but he got the best of Carrion. So then they end up breaking it up, whatever. And then Carrion and Darrell talk outside. Darrell got on my nerves for the first half of the episode. The last half of the episode, he gagged me and he was cracking me up. I was cracking up the whole time towards the end of the episode because of Darrell, right? So he's talking to Carrion. He's just like, so Carrion, how much time is you gonna, keep getting your ass beat? You're just gonna keep getting whopped. So then Carrion starts this whole spiel about how he's playing like a mental game and how he's trying to let them know that he could take a hit and be okay with it, and that'll get in their head. I'm like, no, you doing that, it's gonna get in your head. I mean, it's gonna make you look stupid, right? Like you keep taking punches and getting into fights and get your ass beat and not fight and bite it back, it's gonna make you look dumb. Because this whole thing last episode, that whole scene, right, where he almost ran up on Milan, you should have just hit Milan. Because it's like, why are you running up on him like he's scared of you? Obviously, Milan's not scared of you. If he was able to swing on you, sneak you, talk crap to you the way he was in the studio, talk to you like a dog. Like he talked to him like he was a Hebrew slave. He was just like, oh, you little B word, da-da-da. Talk about your daddy, all that stuff. So you trying to pump fake him and make him scared. He not scared of you. So it's like... And meanwhile, Gutta K wants to go to the white people in LA house. So he was just like, oh, like, I don't know these bitches, they fighting. I want to go to the, the white people and, get my, become a white bitch. Yeah. So I agree with Gutta. If I was Gutta too, I would want to leave that house and go and experience LA, not be standing around while this DL boy fighting this fucking Milan big booty ass. It was just, it was irritating. Next thing you know, we get Mr. Talk Sexuality, nothing else. He starts going on a tangent, y'all. You already know when Mr. Talk Sexuality goes, nothing else goes on a tangent. He goes crazy. He's, oh man, we gotta stop this, man. He's in the living room with everybody except for Carrion and Darrell because they're outside talking. So he's just like, man, we gotta stop this, man. We gotta work together as a group. And we just got to keep the show rolling. No fake acting, no pump faking. We just got to stop it. I was just like, you just wanted camera time. That's the reason why you even talking. So shut up, sit down, come up with a new logo because it looks like that. I forgot the brand name, but his logo, somebody said in my comments the other day, his logo looks like this other brand. I think it's like TME or something like that. His logo looks just like that logo. So you better be looking out for that lawsuit because it's going to come your way. Because I know exactly what logo they're talking about. I just don't remember the company name. But once I was looking at it this episode and I went on Instagram, I was like, yeah, that does look like that company's logo. So I was just like, yeah, you're going to get freaking copyrighted with your raggedy ass, right? So he goes outside to Darrell and Carrion. He was just like, so y'all, everybody in here, we just got to come in here, dog. We got to come in here. No BS, let's come in. When he approaches them, you see Darrell, he's just like, oh, what do you want? Like, because he was shocked because Moolah was on 10 and they didn't even need all that. You wasn't involved in nothing. Like, sit down. Like, he just loves camera time. This is what I mean when I say Mr. Talk Sexuality, nothing else. He's very slick. He knows what to do to get his camera time. He knows what to do to get the attention. That's why he did that whole little spiel in the beginning with the whole straight pussy, no dick, all that type stuff. Bet money, had Jonathan been in that house in the beginning, he would not have done that. I could put my top dollar on it. He wouldn't have done that. Because Jonathan would have beat his ass. Because he didn't have that same energy for Jonathan towards the end of the episode. We're going to talk about that. He really didn't. Like, he was very much, very, very scared. So, yeah. After that happens, they bring him, Darrell and Carrion come into the house, right? And next thing you know, Talk Sexuality and nothing else still going off. He was just like, we gotta create togetherness. You know, we gotta come together. There's so much evilness in this world, and as bad boys, we could claim something. Okay, we could talk money and sexuality at the same time. So he's just going on and on and on, and I'm like, you talking about bringing peace and everything, but your bitch ass was the one starting stuff in the beginning of the season. So what peace are you talking about? Like, he's so hypocritical to me. Like, shut up. Like, I just wanted somebody to be like, can you shut up? Like, shut up. Just shut up. Like, that's what I wanted to say to him. Like, it was just irritating. Like, watching him, I'm just like, oh, why they letting this man even speak? So after this, they start going back and forth between Carry On and no, before this actually, Milan whips out his dildo packages. He whips it out. He's just like, oh, here's a one for you. Here's one for you because you're one of the girls. Here's one for you. I got a pocket pussy, and like, here's one for you. He starts passing it out, whatever. Plugging in all his businesses. I wonder if they offered that to the other bad boys, but that's besides the point. After that, they start to try to get them to talk. So then he's like, Darrell, this was Darrell starting to irritate me because he was trying to play peacemaker. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, they don't like each other. You really don't even know what happened because you wasn't in the studio when they started disrespecting each other, really, Darrell. So to be honest, you should really sit your ass out of it because you didn't really see exactly what happened. So he's just like, so Carry On, you're just not gonna, give an apology. And then Milan, you're wrong too. I think you need to give Carry On an apology. And Gara, shut up. Like, he was just trying to like even out the situation. And I'm just like, okay, they could do it themselves. And like I said, you did not see it. So shut up. Right. So he's trying to get them to both apologize. And my whole thing is Milan was wrong 100%. I don't care what anybody says. If you watched that previous episode when they was in the studio, Carry On was being so nice to Milan the whole time. He was being so respectful of him the whole time. And next thing you know, he was just like, okay, maybe I could try to YouTube it real quick because Zeus can't afford a producer to stay in the studio. But it's not really Zeus. It's just Zeus trying to instigate drama, which they did great. I'll give them credit for that. So they really could afford him to stay, but they told him to leave so they could create drama, right? So all he said was, oh, let me YouTube how to do the thing on the studio. You freaking out the way he was, it wasn't needed. Like, you're doing the most. You need to stop. And you need to stop it now. Let me stop. Remember when Natalie went when she was fighting with Red, and then she was in the phone room, and then she was just like, "You're disrespectful, and you're gonna stop." That's what I'm thinking of right now, right? So yeah, I blame Milan for that whole situation. It's not Carry On's fault, in my opinion, because he was really being respectful to him, and Milan was the one who took it to a whole nother level. So I don't know why Darrell was trying to not instigate, but trying to mediate the situation, trying to make it seem as if they both were wrong. No, Milan was 100% wrong off the jump, period, right? So next thing you know, Jonathan Wright enters. Woo! What we've all been waiting for. His entrance, iconic. His whole scene that he was in, scenes with the S that he was in, y'all, iconic. You feel me? Iconic. Icon. You feel me? You feel me? So, oh my god, it was just amazing. Like, it made me so happy. Like, it made my day. So he came in, right? So then he was just like, yeah, I'm Jonathan Wright or whatever. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm from Dallas, and I do hair and all that. I'm a fly nigga. I'm the baddest boy, right? So he comes in and he daps up all of them and stuff. So he was saying how he knows some familiar faces, blah. The whole time, when he comes in, you see Milan. Milan looks like after Jonathan entered the house, Milan looks like he had to use the bathroom. I swear to God, it looked like he had to piss. It looked like he had to use the bathroom so hard. Like when you had to use the bathroom and you can't leave, like you somewhere that you can't go and use the bathroom. You feel me? Like you have to stay there for that certain amount of time, or like a bathroom isn't near you and you gotta wait. He was like that. He had that face the whole time. I said, hey, they got your ass. You didn't think Zeus was going to get you. That's the thing. Milan expected this whole season to go by, and he was going to be the main person, the main character. He was going to rule the whole house. Nothing was going to intrude with him and everything like that. And he was going to be the number one dude or whatever, right? It didn't turn out like that. That's what made him so mad. That's why when Jonathan came in, he was like, "Damn, that's gonna be a threat to me because he's about my same size, even bigger." No, to be honest, and he has a bigger name than him. If you go more people know Jonathan Wright versus Milan. If you don't watch reality shows, you're not gonna know who the freak Milan is. You're gonna know who Jonathan Wright is because he's around celebrities. He does celebrities' hair from freaking Nikki to everybody else. So it's like he's known. That's why Milan was threatened. He was cracked. So he's walking around the whole house. Jonathan's walking around the whole house. He's looking at all the rooms and stuff. He walked by some of the rooms. He's like, "Oh my god!" So he's and then next thing you know, he sees Milan's room. So then he looks at Milan's room. He was just like, "Yeah, this is my room. We're gonna come up in here. Let me put my bed down. Yup, that's the master bedroom." He starts laying down, putting his feet up, getting comfortable, right? So next thing you know, Milan kind of hears this from downstairs, and then still he has to use the bathroom. He looks like he has diarrhea, right? So when Jonathan saw Milan's room, he was gagging because he's like, "Oh, this is the master bedroom and stuff like that." And then Dylan, his confession, he was just like, "Oh, Jonathan enter. You know, you got this fat ass bitch walking around the house, and he just took Milan's room." And I'm like, Jonathan should go in the room and slap you, Dylan, for saying that, because you got so much mouth in the confessionals. Like, you got so much stuff to say in the confessionals, but you don't have the energy in person. So it's like, Jonathan should really pop you in the mouth just for calling him a fat bee. Like, because you don't even know him like that. So stand in your place, Dylan. Like, stop. Okay? Because at the reunion, you know, the only person that's really got your head on a platter right now is Willem. And Willem can't fight. So all he going to do is come in with them pretty and paid hands. So he's not really going to really do much. But Jonathan going to get your head together. So, yeah. Right? So, of course, Jonathan wants Milan's room, and then Milan in his confessional, he was just like, I don't room with people I don't know, and I don't know him from a can of paint and stuff. I'm like, this is my whole thing, and I hate when celebrities do this. They be acting like they never heard of other celebrities and stuff like that, or other public figures. You know damn well you heard of him. You know damn well you probably know about some of the stuff that he did. Like, stop acting like you never heard of him in his life, in your life or something. I'm guessing he probably meant that he didn't know him personally, which okay, but the way he said it was just like he never saw him a day in his life before. Like, you probably saw him in an event one time before. You know what I'm saying? You probably, of course, seen him on social media. So don't act like he's just some big stranger that they brought some random person who's never been on TV or doesn't have that much following on social media before. Like, stop it. Like, Milan just he be acting so grand, but he wasn't acting grand in this episode. He was acting minor. He was acting minor. Like the other case said, he was just like, "Oh, you're a fighter now." Yeah. Milan didn't think he was a fighter now. What is he talking about, right? So after that happens, you could just see Milan just felt set up. You could see he felt set up by Zeus, and you could tell he was just like, "Damn, I just lost my main dude position. Like, I'm not gonna be the main dude of the house or whatever, right?" So then they start debating on the room situation. So Jonathan was just like, "You know, this is my room, right? We gonna either share this room or like, this gonna be my room. So, hi, roomie, this gonna be my room. So, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? We gonna share this room or no?" Oh, and then Milan's just like, "Well, I don't share rooms with people that I don't F, so I don't know what we're gonna do. But if we're not effing, we're not sharing rooms." So Jonathan's like, "Oh, we're not gonna F because I don't want to do that with you. But this is my room though. This is my room. So what we finna do? Because I like this room. You got a big bed. This is my room." So he walking around the whole thing. He's just like, "This is my room. This is my room." So then you can see just Milan's like, you know, when somebody getting smoke puffed out their ears, the smoke was like just coming out his ears, y'all. He didn't know what to do with himself. It was the funniest thing ever. So then the whole time, Carry On, this how I know Carry On is one of the girls, because he was gagging, because he was just like, "Oh, they got this big chest up there. He gonna fight with Milan. You know, he gonna get it in with Milan. You know, a Texas tornado. That's a big Texas tornado." He kept calling him that. He was just so excited because he was just like, "Damn, somebody else that could fight Milan, because I can't fight." That's what Carry On was probably thinking, right? So yeah, after that happens, Jonathan goes downstairs and stuff, right? So he goes downstairs, and then they have like alcohol cheers or whatever. So then he starts asking everybody who they are and stuff like that. So then he was just like, "Oh, they're asking him if he is gonna do hair." He's like, "No, I'm not gonna do hair in the house. Like, that'd be like me doing hair if I was in prison." Blase, blase, blase. So then he was just like, everybody was kind of really talking and like kind of chattering around, except for Milan and Mullah. So then he looked at Mullah. He was just like, so he was just like, what's up with you, whatever. So then Mullah was just like, I'm just trying to, like fill out your energy, It could be that sexual energy. You feel me? I don't know if you're talking, I don't know what sexuality you really talking. Like, I don't know the type of energy you bring it. So he, of course, the Mr. Talk Sexuality, Nothing Else, DL bro is very nervous because Jonathan's one of those mass dudes. Like it makes him nervous. He's a lot more masculine than Milan. So I think that kind of made him nervous because he's just like, wow, like this is what I love. You feel me? Like, like he was probably fonding on the inside, but he couldn't show it. So he had to zip it up. That's a prime example of a DL bro. But that's just none of my business, right? So he just zips it up. He was quiet or whatever. So he's just like, Jonathan was like, if you quiet, that's not, that's not a way to, like fill me out. Like, I'm not that type of nigga. So like, you gonna have to talk. Like, what's up with you or whatever. So then Mullah was just like, well, I didn't really like how, you flicked on my energy on my interview, bro. You flicked on my energy, and you capped out of my energy, out of my interview. You capped out of my interview. You feel me? We were supposed to talk sexuality, and it just didn't flow. Like you capped out of my interview. We were supposed to do an interview. So he's apparently mad that they didn't end up doing his interview or whatever and stuff like that. And he felt some type of way about it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, don't nobody want to go on your radio station and talk no damn sexuality all day. Like, stop. But it was wrong for him to flake out in the interview. If you agreed to interview, I'll give him that because y'all know I've done interviews on my channel and stuff like that on my old channel, and then I put it on here and stuff. But it is annoying because I've had some people flake on me. Especially interviews are hard to do because you have to prepare for them. So I'll give Talk Sexuality, Nothing Else a little credit for that because you really do have to prepare for it. If you're if you're a correct interviewer, because you have to actually do your research. You're not just gonna, like, at least me, I don't ask just random questions that I think of on the spot. Like, I do a thorough research of the person, the shoulders they were on, stuff, people that they were involved with, and then I have a whole list of questions plus questions I have based off of what they're saying in the interview. So by the end of it, I have a good hour or two of an interview. You know what I'm saying? So it does take a long time. So I kind of get why Mr. Talk Sexuality was wrong, but then again, it's him. So I'm like, you'll be fine, right? So because the whole time in the confession, he was just like, like I don't really mess with Jonathan. I knew this bro before because he wasted my time. He kept out of the interview, and we were supposed to talk sexuality, and then he was like he wasted my time, and time wasted is not cool or whatever. So he was really, really mad about that in the confessionals. So then he asked them. Jonathan was like, what happened in the house so far with you? Like, have you gotten into any fights with nobody? Right? This is what I mean. So he asked them, and then Mullah was like, carry on. He fought carry on. So then Jonathan's like, Kirk Franklin's son. So he kept calling him that and stuff. That must be so annoying for Carry On to hear that audio, especially if he don't got no good relationship with his dad. That would piss me off to no end to hear this man name every time, and you can't even really call him on the phone and talk to him like that because y'all not even on that good of a terms. So I know he probably he over it, right? So then he was just like, yeah, I fought him, whatever. He was like, the reason why I fought him, I wanted to know like what type of sexuality he was giving. Like, I wanted to know if he was, straight or gay or whatever. Like, I wanted to know, like, if he was in the closet or something. So then he was just like, Carry On finally gave a good answer. He was like, like, there's a lot of letters in the alphabet. Like, I don't really identify as one sort of thing or whatever. So Jonathan agrees with him. He was just like, yeah, like, I agree with that because I'm Jonathan. I am so Jonathan. So I ain't gonna put a title on it. I ain't got to answer to nobody. So all I'm saying is, Mullah would have had that same energy had Jonathan have been casted as like an original? Had he came in the first day, right? Would Mullah had that same energy? I don't think so. I doubt it. I highly fucking doubt it. I really do, because Mullah would have been scared because he sees how big Jonathan is, so he probably would have been not as bold enough to kind of press everybody on the straight pussy, or he wouldn't have did all that. He probably would have did something a little minor to that, but he wouldn't have did all that. I could put money on it. He wouldn't have did all that. So yeah, he didn't know. He agreed with Carry On. He was just like, yeah, I agree with Carry On or whatever. Like, I don't got to answer to nobody. Blase, blase, blase. Right. So then he asked Carry On. Jonathan asked Carry On more questions about like what he identifies that, he was just like, oh, like he doesn't put a letter on it, blase, blase, blase. He was like, it is what it is. And then he wants to be referred to as his name, not Kirk Franklin's son, right? So then he's kicking with everybody, they're drinking and stuff. And next thing you know, he was like, oh, he not sleeping in that bed upstairs. He finna go to a hotel. Because at the end, he was just like, so you, Milan, what we finna do about this room, though? What we finna do about this room? So then he was just like, Milan's just like, that's my room. I'm sleeping in that bed. Milan's like, I'm not. That's my room. That's my room. Like, it looked like he had to use the bathroom. I'm like, what's wrong, stink? Because you know Milan loves to say that. What's wrong, stink? Yeah. You're stinking up your pants. Like, yeah, he was very everyone was scared out of his mind. It was the funniest thing to witness. Like, this episode, it gave me everything I needed. So before he went to the hotel and stuff like that, he went upstairs again. And then Milan followed him up there before he went to the hotel. So then Darrell went up there, right? Darrell went up there. This one was the funniest part. Darrell goes up there and he was just like, oh, Jonathan, you're looking very comfortable up here. It's a big room, isn't it? Cozy. So he's instigating the situation, which was the most funniest thing ever. He's instigating the whole situation. And you could already tell it's making Milan even more mad. So he just keeps asking Jonathan. Jonathan keeps asking Milan. He's just like, so what are we going to do about this room? Like, what are we going to do about this room? Like, it's my room. So we going to share it or not? So then they couldn't get an answer. And at the end, it looked like they was about to kiss because they was just looking at each other's face like. So I'm just like, whoa, ew. Because Milan is, to me, Milan's like ran through. So yeah, after that happens, he goes to the hotel. Jonathan ends up going to the hotel. And then the next scene comes, we see Milan and they're planning like this party, right? I guess Anthony's party, because on the next episode, Anthony fights Willem. I don't know why, which is stupid to me. He ends up fighting Willem, and he was like, oh, you're not going to come and crash my party. But then on this episode, Milan was saying it's like his party. So he calls Rio. We're going to call him Rio Cheetos because his head is like the red Cheetos. And you know when you drop a lot of the hot flaming Cheetos all over the floor? That's how them dreads was when he was fighting Jonathan, because you see all the braisins, all the twists and stuff, like the hot Cheetos all over the floor, right? So there was all over the floor and stuff. So we're going to call Rio Cheetos. So he called Rio Cheetos. And then I feel like they're like, have like a side relationship going on that they probably not going to bring to the show, because the way he was talking, he was just like, so what you doing? He was like, I just came from the studio and stuff like that. So he was just like, oh, that's what's up. And then he's like, yeah. Like that, I was like, ooh, like, whoa, what's going on here? So yeah, after that happens, he was like, oh, I need you to pull up to this party I'm doing. So he's like, oh yeah, for real, I'm gonna slide through. And then because he was just like, there's like this dude here, like this big nigga, his name is like Jonathan, and like I don't really mess with him and I don't know what he's about, so like I need you to like pull up and like we're gonna see what we're gonna do. So because I'm not really sure about this Jonathan dude, and like I'm scared low-key. Come, he's gonna beat my ass. Like he might as well have said that, because I'm like that's what you really mean to say, like, come, he's gonna beat my ass. Like, so yeah, so he agrees to come to the party and the episode ends there. Y'all, this was one of the best episodes that has aired so far in the season, just because of how Jonathan came into the house and his whole presence. Like, he was funny, he was entertaining, and he got into some things with what was going on in the house. Like, he peeped right away that Milan was the head girl, the head guy of the house. So the fact that he was smart enough to kind of peep that, I love it. Stay tuned tonight. We're supposed to be doing the after show tonight. So I want you guys to please stay tuned for the after show, because I want to have some fans join so I could get some reactions of tonight's episode, since it was so good. So entertainers, we are out.
No personal thing.